breathtaking landscapes, wild beauty, diversity of cultures, a journey through Earth's history.
This is Langkawi Geopark, Jewel of Kedah.
Langkawi is an archipelago of 99 tropical islands, which sits in the blue waters of the Andaman Sea off the northwest coast of Peninsula Malaysia. A land rich with Earth's history, which could be seen through its significant rock formations and unique landscapes. "550 million years ago, during the Cambrian era, Langkawi was part of the Gondwana land supercontinent. As the old land is slowly submerged by the sea, tectonic plate movements moved Gondwana land south to the cold Antarctic regions. Then, around 280 million years ago, during the Permian time, Gondwana land began to disintegrate. A small piece of the continent called the Sibu Masu Block, together with Langkawi, started drifting northward back across the equator. In a series of cataclysmic movements that began millions of years ago, eventually Langkawi Islands were brought back to the surface. As the newly emerged Langkawi had undergone continuous grinding, sea levels kept changing until eventually Langkawi as we know it began to take shape.
For over 35 years, academicians and naturalists have studied the Langkawi archipelago. Ample data and information has been gathered on its biodiversity for both land and sea. As such, geologists have proclaimed Langkawi's geology as unique and has been transcended with high heritage value.
Endorsed by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, under the Global Geopark Network, GGN, Langkawi was accorded the international recognition of Global Geopark status on the 1st of June 2007, making it the first geopark in Southeast Asia and the 52nd in the world.
Now dubbed as Langkawi Geopark, it is a brand, a world-class status for its outstanding geo-heritage features, nature conservation and sustainable development, as well as rich in cultural value.
Needless to say, the whole 99 islands of Langkawi represents Langkawi Geopark. Every rock structure that emerges from the ocean floor, every corner of the lush tropical forest, and every kampong or village forms part of Langkawi Geopark. A geopark is a nationally protected area of geological heritage sites. The concept of a geopark is to conserve, educate, and sustain local development through geotourism. Within the community, it is the geopark approach to foster and communicate geoscientific knowledge to the public through information centers, trails, and interpreted geosites, among others. Through tourism, this once quiet archipelago of islands is now attracting tourists, naturalists and researchers alike by promoting Earth heritage while sustaining local communities. There are three main attractions in Langkawi Geopark: the Machinchang Cambrian Geoforest Park, the Kilim Karst Geoforest Park, and the Dayang Bunting Marble Geoforest Park. In general, the rocks of Langkawi Islands can easily be divided into 4 sedimentary rock formations and 1 granite formation. The sedimentary rock formations are the Machinchang Formation, Setul Formation, Singa Formation, and Chuping Formation. The granite suite is Triassic in age and popularly known as the Gunung Raya granite.
I'm standing on the oldest land in Langkawi. This rock assemblage, the Machinchang Formation, dates back to over 550 million years ago.
As the name illustrates, evidence of the Cambrian era can be seen all around the Machinchang Cambrian Geoforest Park. The mountain scenery with its unique rocky peak and vertical cliffs is often being misinterpreted as limestone, where it is in fact essentially made of sandstone. These sandstones were deposited 550 million years ago, layer upon layer of alternating sandstones and mudstones to form the assemblage that is today called the Machinchang Formation. And if you have a head for heights, you could scale the steep rocky face of Gunung Machinchang in the comfort of a cable car.
Tall waterfalls are among the unique diversity of the Machinchang Cambrian Geoforest Park. Its landscape dominated by mountains ranging from gentle slopes to vertically truncated cliffs, exposing the rock sequence nicely.
Whether high up among the clouds or down at sea level, Machinchang does not fail to impress its visitors.
I'm now at a place known as Pebble Beach. As you can see, instead of a sandy coastline, this beach is filled with pebbles.
These breathtaking landscapes of steep cliffs, waterfalls, headlands and remnant islands has given the unique Cambrian Geoforest Park a class of its own, the one and only sandstone geoforest park in the country.
Leading the Cambrian era comes the Ordovician Period. Evidence of that time today can be seen through the Setul Formation at the Kilim Karst Geoforest Park.
As I move along Sungai Kilim, a noticeable feature of the rock bordering the river is that it's grey in colour. This is the limestone of the Setul Formation, formed 500 to 390 million years ago, is the oldest carbonate rock in the region. A lot of shapes and forms seen in Kilim's limestone rocks are caused by dissolution. Sometimes, dissolution of the limestone results in limestone pinnacles. Kilim is also home to one of the best and unique mangrove forests in the world. Cruising down the calm, winding river, I'm taken with the wonders of the park's ecosystem, its flora and fauna, and the natural inhabitants. Gua Buaya is a natural tunnel developed in the limestone by an underground stream. As you can see, the river flows right through the arched cave, and at low tide, a small boat can actually go from one side through the other.
There are several caves open to tourists within the Limestone Geoforest Park. I'm at Gua Kelawa, also known as Bat Cave, a name that speaks for itself.
One of the most interesting and important features of this cave is the occurrence of old oysters attached on the cave wall and roof. This is among the many evidence of high ancient sea levels in Langkawi Geopark. Pulau Anak Tikus is a remnant island located within the Limestone Geoforest Park. This dark-colored, moderate to thickly layered limestone is rich in fossils, particularly gastropod, ancestors to snails and slugs. Fossils are artifacts that preserve history. Langkawi has the richest and possibly the best fossil record in Malaysia. Most of Langkawi fossils closely resemble the fauna of Gondwana, confirming that Langkawi was once indeed part of that supercontinent. Finding my way around Kilim, I found myself pulled into a small underground tunnel of Gua Langse that connects a large lake to the sea. The lake is a doline filled with saline water and surrounded by vertical limestone cliffs. The view is breathtaking. Here in Teluk Mempelam is an example of one of the most beautiful sea stack formations I have ever seen. A steep, isolated small rock body separated from a headland by the action of waves. The limestone solution process produces a lot of different landscapes within the Limestone Geoforest Park. Seen here is a freshwater sinkhole lake in Pulau Langkun, untouched by humans. Like the Limestone Geoforest Park, the Dayang Bunting Marble Geoforest Park is also made up of karstic islands with its own spectacular site. The Singer Formation came about during the late Devonian to Permian periods, which is about 370 to 275 million years ago. After the Singer Rock was formed, another younger rock formation came about, called the Chuping Formation. These two formations could be clearly seen on this limestone tower cast on Pulau Singer Kecil, where the younger vertical rock tower of Chuping Formation is on top of the older rock of Singer Formation, which as seen here covered by trees. Weathering and erosion, particularly by water, have carved the isles of Dayang Bunting Marble Geoforest Park into different shapes and forms, giving the island of Pulau Jong, as seen here, the appearance of a ship.
Here on Pulau Ulau, we can see amazing geological landscapes formed due to selective erosion by waves since thousands of years ago.
The island is made up of several undulating hills separated by ancient abrasion platforms, producing its snake-like appearance if viewed from the east to southeast. Tasik Dayang Bunting, or the Lake of the Pregnant Maiden, is the largest freshwater lake in Langkawi.
From a certain angle, the undulating hills of Pulau Dayang Bunting resembles a woman in childbearing posture. Many believe that drinking water from this lake will help increase fertility in women.
This beautiful oval-shaped lake was believed to be formed after the collapse of an underground cave ceiling due to limestone dissolution. Amazingly, the wall of the natural dam that separates the freshwater lake and the ocean is only less than 10 meters wide and 10 meters high. The uniqueness of this geoforest area is its beautiful marble, limestone which has undergone transformation induced by heat and pressure. Caves, natural arches and sea notches are among the natural wonders of Langkawi Geopark, some of which cannot be found anywhere else. Laying in plain sight on a 350-million-year-old Singer Formation of Pulau Tepor is a 1-billion-year-old granite pebble, also known as dropstone. Dropstones are pebbles which origin is alien from the geology of Langkawi Islands. The presence of these dropstones further implies that Langkawi Islands were once part of the Gondwana land supercontinent.
There are over 90 geosites identified all around Langkawi Geopark. True to its geopark status, adequate protection measures have been taken to ensure effective conservation in preserving these heritage sites.
A geopark is not a geopark without its people. Making my way around the island, I found a community filled with life, living within its ecological and cultural values, benefiting either directly or indirectly from the geopark status. Locals are primarily involved in tourism-based activities. The increasing number of visitors has stimulated the economic activity as Langkawi Geopark will harness the tourism potential from all angles, including culture and lifestyle. In the midst of the bustle caused by tourism development, at heart, the Langkawi fishing community is still vibrant and very much alive, making Langkawi Geopark much more than just rocks. Explore the unique geological landscapes. Experience the culture and traditions. Enjoy the geo trails, eco tours and adventures.
Discover Langkawi Geopark, Jewel of Kedah.